Hi, y'all. Afternoon. Sorry it took me so long. I had some of the stuff to do earlier, but I am here and we're going to talk about the entire situation you've been waiting for me to come live. I gave you guys a few days, and actually, a few days is actually what everybody needed because everything is still unfolding. So I figured right now would be a good time to go ahead and give you guys some insight or just some, answer some questions of what you guys think is really going on. Because y'all know we don't just take things at surface value on a Sure Star Goddess channel. We decode. So if you're not ready to decode and you're still caught up in the emotion of it all, I suggest you click off and come back when you're ready. Because it's very understandable that some people are going to be triggered. And so when you're ready, come back. If you're ready now, let's go because I'm ready. Okay. As you have been watching me post on the community section, let me see what I posted. I posted so much today, so let me just make sure that I don't know if y'all have watched everything, but I posted. Okay, here we go. I said the Gemini twin ritual could be in place, and because there's a twin or a double for everything in this situation. There's the twin cities, which is St. Paul and Minneapolis. So let's start there. St. Paul. Paul is one of the apostles that wrote about Jesus. And Minneapolis, if you translate it or look up the meaning, it means the city of water or many waters. And we know water eventually equals up to plasma, right? So then George Floyd has a brother, quote unquote brother, like a play brother, whose last name is Jackson. That looks just like him. But he's like a basketball player and he probably is living the life and all that. Well, meanwhile, over here, George, he had some issues. He stumbled and then he got back up and was trying to, do right with the community. And he was like all involved in his community and church and stuff like that. So we have one over here. Yeah, Stephen Jackson. And they're both from Houston. Okay? Houston, Pineal. Then if you go directly up from Texas, you hit Minnesota, right? So this also has to do with the upper and the lower. You're going to see Houston a lot because of what the name means. And okay, so he was from 3rd Ward. That's where Beyonce's from too. The 3D. They burnt down the 3rd precinct, 3D. The police represent the archons that surround the earth, like sort of as a shield with the ionosphere that does not allow certain people to get through. And his arrest was due to a counterfeit 20 or writing a bad check for $20. 20 is Jackson, who's on the $20 bill, Jackson. He was pulled out of the passenger seat because they thought he was counterfeit. Okay. But he wasn't. Okay, y'all adding it up now? Okay. So Jackson, son of man. Son of man represents African American. Okay, right. And his name, George, it means, Floyd, I'm sorry, let's start with his last name. But Floyd means gray, which is black and white, right? Would you accept me in my black and white? Black and white, gray, right? That means son of man as well. So I'm pulling up the notes on my phone because I did go into it. Okay, so, right. And Derek means ruler, and Chauvin means bald man. So bald man, ruler. That's an archon. That's one of the little that's one of the little alien things. Okay. Thank you, Addie. Sprinkle Sprinkle. You're welcome. I appreciate that. Thanks for the donation. So he's an archon. Cop is an archon. And there you go. The club where they used to work was called El Rodeo or something like that. Rodeo is where you round up steers and cattle and get them back and put them back where they're supposed to go. Cowboys round up and bring back the cattle, right? Archons. Okay. So it was mentioned that Floyd had spent some time in jail, but he's out and doing better now. So when you spend time in jail and you're out and doing better, and that also represents, okay, perhaps he was a fallen one or a fallen angel or archon, but he got some melanin. And his friend was a little jealous. His friend Derek was a little jealous because he didn't get no melanin yet. And he's still working at the rodeo. He's still rounding up cattle. So he recognized his friend about to go. It's like, wait a minute, I know you. We used to work together. This is not what he said, but just think about it. And so that's the whole counterfeit thing. That's the whole, oh, you're writing a bad check, or oh, that's a counterfeit because we used to work the same club together. How you getting out? No, I'm not. Oh wait, you got some melanin. So, right, it goes deeper. This is just the icing on the cake. It's the icing on the cake. So it goes deeper. The lady that owned the club, guess what her name is? Or her name? Santa Maria. Santa Maria. I told you, everything is coded, even this. So Santa Maria, she watched the video and she was yelling at the police officer to get off of him through the phone, but it's too late. Time is in a different era and he can't hear her. It's already done. Right. And right. So let's keep going. That's just a little bit. We haven't got to the juicy part. Because it keeps going and going and going. I think they coded everything extra on purpose to wake up people. Okay. Okay, so the third precinct was burned. That's 3D. People burned it down. When the police were leaving, they busted through the fence because they couldn't get out because people were going to get them, right? So they busted through the fence and drove off. Okay, retreated. The people or the protesters and the rioters represent all the souls or the ancestors or the gang. That's why they got the mask on. That's why they had coronavirus out here, so y'all could have a cover, a mask. So it was perfectly fine to walk around with a mask. Okay. People have been on lockdown or in quarantine and they had nothing better to do. They didn't have no jobs. Just like the Kanye West song Power. The schools closed, the prisons open. We ain't got nothing to lose. if we rolling. So they didn't have anything else better to do. They got out there and first it started off as a peaceful protest. Just think about the word protest. Okay, this is a test to see who gets approved. Okay, the protest represent who is going to be on our side, who with us and who against us, baby. Show your love. Show your love. So we saw a lot of people out there protesting together in unity. We saw Black, white, Asian. They had a lot of Native American people as well. They had Mexican. They had just a lot of different types of people out there. There were so many. I was watching um, some of the news feed off of Facebook, the independent, medias, because CNN ain't gonna show nothing. And they were showing so many people like unified. They didn't show that on the news. So if you want to watch what you missed, it's still up on Facebook. I think I was watching Unicorn Riot. That's the name of the channel on Facebook or their page, and a couple of other ones. So, yeah. Right now we're in the middle of the shift. We're in the middle of a shift, and so in order for the shift to occur and for people to be tested or AKA judged, this has to go down, because who's with you and who's really against you is going to come out at this time. And prior to this, like Diddy, Rihanna, and all them got up and said, y'all need to pull up. If y'all really with us, then this is a problem for everybody, not just Black people, whatever. So that's the whole unity thing. Thank you, Anaya. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said CNN on our call. I'm sure it is. Sure it is. So they burnt down one of the CNN buildings somewhere. I think it was Atlanta. Okay. So they also arrested one of the reporters who was Black on CNN, the CNN worker. That's another one, counterfeit. Look, how are you going to be Black and work for, how are you going to be over here, but you reporting on news and work for the archons? You're supposed to be past this by now. So that's why they keep getting arrested or dealt with, because they have, evolved so to a point where they are no longer having to be archons. They got out. They got their ticket out. So, next, hold on. Let's get into the deep, interesting, juicy tea of it. I asked you guys, who was the twin or the Gemini twin ritual aspect of Officer Derek Chauvin? Like, where's his twin? How come everyone else has a twin? The other cop, Tao, that was next to him, watching the whole thing, his twin is Derek Chauvin's wife. They're brother and sister. So that was his brother-in-law. So that's his twin, the Gemini twin aspect. Okay. Who's the aspect of Derek? Y'all want me to show you who the aspect is? Bam. This is the first trans counsel, Andrea Jenkins. Why do you, this is the tea right here. This is very much the tea. So when they arrested him, Derek, this is the picture that they gave us as the mugshot, and then this is the photo we have, when everything occurred. So why does he look way younger? Why does it look like they didn't? I mean, think about it. Is it just better lighting? I don't know. Could be. But I was looking very close, and I noticed something. His very soft features, very, very small ears. So you think they chose him specifically to kill, to get a message out? Just curious. I'm not giving my perspective yet, but thank you so much. It'll come later. Just stay tuned, baby, because I have to build up to it. Okay, I have to build up to it. Just if you're triggered, come back later. I have to build up to it. Okay, otherwise it won't make sense. But thank you so much for the donation. Okay, so looks very soft. His ears are small. His arm is very small. Okay. He's little. He's littler than me. He's littler than Sasha, my daughter. Look like. So now I'm going to show the I'm gonna try to block. I'm gonna put my thumb over the obvious trigger, but look how thin. Even with the bulletproof vest on, look how thin and frail. Why so thin and frail? Well, first of all, if you are symbolically representing an archon, which is a genderless being, you know, if you're gonna represent, you got to represent. Thank you, Osset, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. Okay, very thin to be an officer. Very skinty. Okay, nothing against skinny people. My daughter's skinny, but on purpose, he's skinny. Okay, now, so archons, right? Cops symbolically represent archons, point blank. Okay, if you don't know that, now you know. So I went ahead and did a little photoshopping because I'm like, okay, well, let me see something. Let me just see something real quick. Could this be also a trans person? Could Officer Derek be trans? He could be. I don't know. I put some hair on him to see what he would look like. He wasn't too pretty though. He wasn't too cute. But I threw some hair on him, and I think he could pass for woman. Not so much here. I gave him a bun, but and check this out. He don't have no kids. His wife had kids from the previous marriage. Okay. And now she's divorcing him. And they let out some information from her so that you could put details together. She was in a arranged marriage since 17. She was physically abused, mentally abused. So when you come out of something like that, you don't go right into the arms of another man, especially no police officer. Y'all know them police crazy. Okay. And the story of how they met was she was a nurse. He was bringing in a suspect for treatment into the emergency room hospital, and she was working there. He took the suspect, whatever, and came back. Men don't do that. Sorry, y'all don't. Y'all will come back a day later, but not the same night. Okay? That's a woman. That's anyway. So, I mean, think about it. I'm gonna blow it up. Y'all can see that this, especially if you're on like male hormones, you can grow facial hair. You can do this. You can do that. You know, no makeup. Of course, you're gonna look a little bit more masculine with no makeup and hormones. Thank you, Young Rapunzel. Hey, Shira, actually live here in Minneapolis, and it's absolutely chaos here. Staying safe inside, but it was so glorious seeing the 3rd precinct burn down. Send some good energy away. Thank you, girl. Young Rapunzel, sprinkle, sprinkle. You was out there, huh? I bet you were out there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So yeah, he could be trans because he's missing his twin. And Andrea Jenkins got up there and he started singing Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound. Grace is melanin that saved a wretch like me. So the archon, genderless, saved a wretch like me. Amazing grace. Counsel, police. See, that's the twin. It's gonna come out. Watch. Y'all figure it out. Y'all come back and tell me. And y'all know how most people get out of being sentenced to the maximum degree. Think about Bruce Jenner. Think about those 2 Wachowski brothers who stole the Matrix screenplay or Matrix book. What they had to do to get out of jail time. What they did. They had to what? Transition. Okay. Anyway, they had to become archon. That's symbolic for. There you go. Yes. Peace to Sylvia Stewart. That's right. I did an interview with her on this channel. Y'all can probably find it in Conversations playlist. So I believe she could be gender ambiguous, or I don't know if that's the correct terminology for it, but I definitely believe he could be trans because he's thin and very feminine in the face, and could also be on hormones, which also could blame the behavior. Oh, I don't know. I was in my right mind. I was on hormones. I was on medication. I don't know. That could be the defense. And then, okay, so they're going to try to charge him with murder 3 or, manslaughter. So again, here comes 3D, 3 Earth. Now, the fifth precinct was not burned. It was protected. 5D. See? So we have a lot of 3 and then 5. Let's see what else I gathered up. I was taking some notes last night. Okay, the last words. This is the one thing I forgot to actually look up. This is what I want to show you. Y'all remember that police that was dressed in all black with the black umbrella that was seen busting out windows? Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Wheelchair Jennifer is code. Yeah. Look it up for me because I missed that part. So y'all remember the dude that was breaking the windows? I posted this photo, okay? And look at the dude behind him chasing after and calling him out. What do he got? Okay, who is this? Who does that guy in the pink represent? So the Archon was busting up windows on purpose. And this dude is chasing him with a pizza, a hot pink Magneto shirt on, representing Mary, and a pizza. Okay, what's the pizza mean? Come on now, y'all know. Why he got a pizza? What does Mary carry? Okay, code, baby, code. A child. Yeah. I didn't read what the back of his shirt said because it was going too fast. If y'all know what the back of his t-shirt said, y'all let me know. All right, here we go. Here's another shot. So he was following this dude. Okay, y'all, here's the pink again, y'all. Her shirt under there is Magneto pink. And that's Floyd's family. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so y'all remember how I posted the Mona Lisa? Because y'all got to see this. I was going to make a little video. I probably still will. But y'all know about the Mona Lisa. This is one of the Archon leaders that was painted in the mirror or the twin image put together of the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci, right? And then y'all remember the video with Jay-Z and Beyonce 8? There, look what color she's in, and they're standing in front of the Mona Lisa, which is behind a glass, and they are saying, "We coming, we outside in an AMG, TT, 2 twins, TT." Y'all understand the lyrics of Drake. So people thought that they were like representing, but they just saying, "We know what this picture represents, and we're coming. We after you." And then here's one that they took prior, before filming. So if you look at their clothes, she has on American flag of all colors, a black hat, and then he has on a gray sweatshirt, gray, with a, I don't know if that's a New York hat. but it's black hat too. Okay. So they're representing the people, and sons of man. And of course, y'all, Pat McGrath, the makeup, company, then gives Naomi Campbell this ad, which is a video. I posted that like a couple of days ago. Coronation of the Mother Mary, or Mary. And if you watch the video, her crown comes up, and then like the sun, and then some wings. The wings represent the electromagnetosphere, the covering. Okay. And if you've been looking outside lately, you probably noticed the sky's a lot pinker or more purple right now. Just saying. Look around sunrise and sunset. It's less orangey, less blue, all mostly pink and purple. So there you go. Now, I went a little further and I did some more screen play. All right, I'll show y'all. Y'all know I'll be on it. Y'all know. Go ahead, give my props. Thank you, Michelle. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate your knowledge. Oh, thank you, Michelle. You appreciate it. All right. Thank you. So y'all saw that? I'll hold it up again for those who missed it. I mean, it's too good, right? Told you. I'm like, there's this song by Rick Ross. I forgot which one it was, but he said, Mona Lisa ain't nothing but a bee. So let's decode Mona Lisa. I think I did this earlier. Mona Lisa means noble aristocratic, or Mona or Madonna means noble aristocrat or Madonna. Lisa is oath of God or promise of God. Thank you, Kate. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Kate Pearl, thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so y'all remember last week when I was decoding the Last Supper painting by Da Vinci and showing y'all all them little aliens? Thanksgiving disguised as a feast. All right, so let's get into the okay. So on one of the press conferences, Jamie Foxx showed up with a black hat on with the letter M on it. Y'all know M is 13 or Michael or the arcs or the arches, 2 arcs, double arced, and the twins, the 2 towers, the twin cities, and they were wearing all black. I think Stefan Jackson was also there speaking with a couple of other people. He said Nick Cannon showed up. I didn't see his interview, but I'm going to go back and watch it. And so they were all saying, pretty much the same thing. It was, it was bound to happen. Things have to change or the country can't ever move forward. So basically what's happening is this is the transition from 3D to 5D, creating that bridge in this, that I always show you guys, that little matrix 5D to 3D and the 4D tunnel picture that I'm always showing you guys, that we're in the middle of it right now in the fire. That's why a lot of stuff was burning. That's why a lot of stuff blew up and caught on fire this week, because we're in the fire. Through the fire, through the living, come what may. Thank you, Catherine. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so, give me the loot. Okay. The looting, yes. So, let me go back to the famous picture that I'll keep showing you guys over and over and over. Okay, here we go. So the red world or the purple, or what is that? Okay, this is 3D and this is 5D. And right now we're here and we're on a bridge. This is the bridge in 4D. I'll show you guys. We're going through the fire right now. And those who unify and stand up for those who have been oppressed, they are also on the bridge. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you, Yona. Yona Star, you wild. Thank you. So, I think Elon Musk space company, SpaceX or whatever, is trying to launch this week, got swerved. Did he ever get off the ground today? I don't know. I didn't check. But I know one of the rockets that they were trying to launch from Houston exploded. I got that too. So, like the ancestors said, not today. And y'all know the rockets are coated with melanin and they can't get out of the ionosphere. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Like that. There's your counterfeit. There's your counterfeit too. That was symbolic of you can't get out, he can't get out. Right? He can't leave in peace, you can't leave. Nope. And I took pictures of my sky so I could show you how purpley it looked. This is around sunset. There was not a lot of orange or yellows. It was mostly purple. The sky was all purple. There were people running everywhere. Y'all know where Prince from. Okay. Here's another purple. And I didn't do anything to these pictures. These are just snapped with no doctoring or anything. Okay. Y'all, because y'all, I'm in Houston. Okay. Very close to Houston, 15 minutes outside of Houston. So here it is. You said things will get worse. Shift consciousness. Yeah. Bye-bye. Oopsie. Didn't work out. It didn't even leave the ground. I said, nope, you grounded. You can't go. Okay, I'm trying to find something else that I got. Oh. Okay, no, that's for something else. That's a whole other mystery. Hold on. I had some notes. Okay, so y'all know how people were kneeling for the national anthem. The Colin Kaepernick kneeled, where he sat, and people started trying to say, "Oh, the soldiers, you at least kneel." Okay, so Colin Kaepernick say, "Fine, I'm gonna kneel instead of sit." And then people had a problem with him kneeling. So during the national anthem, sorry y'all. Beyonce and Jay-Z also sat. They didn't get up in the Super Bowl. It's like, but, and then, officer kneeled on his neck, George's neck. Okay. So the national anthem, everybody read the lyrics and they said, oh, well, no one will find refuge, the hireling or slave. Okay. So I told you I would break down those lyrics a little bit later. So I'm going to break down a few of those lyrics to show you that that whole song is coded. So depending on your perspective and what you know, the hireling and the slave represent one who's hired and one who cannot escape. So the roles would be actually reversed. If you are hired and you can leave at any time, you can quit. You say, I'm done. I'm going back home. I quit. You can go. So that means you would have melanin. That's the hireling. But you are still, trying to get paid, and you might not leave. You might stick around. But knowing that you can leave at any time separates you from the slave who is unable to leave, unable to leave the ionosphere due to a low frequency. So The song is actually reversed. It is for us, but we don't know that. So the first word says, "Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?" That means, are you woke, baby? You woke? It's getting ready to be your time. Is you woke? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. So, what so proudly we hailed, like we hailed over at the twilight's last gleaming. You see? So that means people woke up, they stayed proud, and they made it until the end. Now, if you want to do the rest of those lyrics, feel free, but I'm not going to do it on this video. Okay, so Atlanta was protesting, Houston was protesting, Dallas, Oregon. I mean, everybody. Washington, they was trying to get in that White House. Not at the White House. They had the Secret Service men holding gates around the White House because gang was trying to get up in there. That's symbolic, as above, so below, with what's going on. Like right now, we're in the middle, and the archons are weak. They're getting weaker and weaker. People are calling them out. People are, gang is attacking, okay, from outside of the ionosphere. Radiation, baby, radiation. That's why coronavirus was so major, because I don't want to get into it because I know there's a lot of conspiracy around that. But if you look up radiation pneumonia or something like that, you'll see. Thank you, baby butter. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Water city, state with the most lakes, purple rain. That's right. Water. We are water. So now, thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. But now, so we're being bombarded with a lot of radiation right now. We have a lot of stuff coming into the atmosphere. And, people basically forgot about the whole coronavirus. They were out there protesting and rioting, and not like, if everybody forgot about it. Why is I can't breathe symbolic? Because of corona. Sprinkle, sprinkle. When you can't breathe, it means you can't inhale or exhale. It means you can't come and go as you please. The breath is symbolic of the soul, or the nous, or the plasma that goes in and out. Like when you die, you take your last breath. If someone was kneeling on your throat and you could not exhale, waiting to exhale, you could not exhale, where does your soul remain? That's why they have a lot of people dying of corona, and they put them on a ventilator so that their last breath can't escape. They stealing souls. Maybe they're getting desperate. Okay. A lot of the African American and Latina community are suffering from it the most. No, they're not. They are getting tested positive because they're going in to get tested, and oh, you got the Rona, get up on this thing so I can steal your soul. Don't put me on no respirator. You ain't stealing my. I die. If I got the Rona, I'm dying at home. Okay, you see. So I can't breathe was very symbolic of this harsh radiation, also causing people with underlying health issues, like they said he had. They said George Floyd had underlying health issues or underlying issues, which was the cause of his death or whatever. But even if that was, it was, really pushed and, escalated and activated by the archon, which is the plasma, the field around the earth, putting pressure on it. So that is the radiation, and his wife the dude's wife, the officer's wife, was a radiologist. She worked in radiology. Okay. Okay, putting it together. So I was reading somewhere. Oh yes, here we go. If you're not if you're not on your best health, if you're not on your highest frequency, you will get affected. Just like the pictures I showed you guys. Did y'all see my Erykah Badu video? I have to turn it down, but the song went so well with it. The Trinidad James Gold All in My Chain song. Let me fast forward through it so I can show you guys. Okay. So here, the low frequencies, this is low frequency waves. These are the souls of those with lower frequencies. They cannot get out. They just get trapped between the towers and into the internet and electricity and energy on Earth. They can't go. Okay. The next higher frequency, the one above that one, they can get they can get a view, but they can't leave yet. So I'll show you all that view. So higher frequency waves travel further beyond the bending and reflecting point, which is purple. And they can get almost out. They can have a panoramic view. They can, they can see the stars. They can take a trip out. Like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I see the stars. How beautiful. Oh, well, I got to go back. Okay. But the highest frequencies, they get out. They can go. See? The highest frequency can penetrate the ionosphere and the atmosphere. And so if y'all haven't seen that video on Instagram, I hope y'all understand it. So Erykah Badu posted this picture on Instagram, right? She got these purple shoes. There's a bricks floor and gates and an open field behind her. She has Louis Vuitton on one leg and Gucci on the other. Okay, and her hair is red and her shoes are purple, right? So, and she has a bunch of watches on her wrist and they're gold. Thank you, Lady Wajette. Gemini also rules the lungs. Exactly. And it's Gemini season. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. You're right. The lungs. Yes, the twins, the two lungs. Exactly. Thank you. So, and on her post, she said, can I help you? Like, can I help you? Are you trying to get through? What? You can't go through. So, and then she posted and then I posted at the end of all of that, it says the Erykah Badu after party. I said, who made it to the after party? So, this represents the ionosphere and the brick wall to those who can't get through. See the purple? And then the reverse chakra system or the rainbow, the purple, and then it goes out into the red again. Okay. Right. Now, what else do I have? So they arrested them. They're protecting that dude's house. All the cops are trying to protect his house. It's very symbolic of why they were protecting the house. And the house represents the earth, or the archon's house, the bodies. The archons are trying to protect the other archons at this time because gang is here. And the hireling, or the police officers that don't have to be there or shouldn't be there, the police officers of color who are standing on the wrong side, have been bought and paid for. That's why they're protecting them. So now people keep asking me, is this real or is it fake? It don't matter, baby. You think whatever you want to think, if it's real or fake. But it's the message that was needed to spark the shift, to see who is on whose side, to see who loves to see who has love and who doesn't have love, to change the dynamic in the direction of which we are going from here, because we can't stay in 3D anymore. And in order to go to 5D, you can't allow certain things to be okay. You know, I'm sure many killings were not quote unquote orchestrated. And so how best to, get justice and and change things than to orchestrate something in order to spark it off, get clear video of it, and let the rest happen along with strategically placed people, names, and numbers. You see? And that's all you really need. The people will do the rest. So we already know, we'll be like, okay, well, if this happens, people are not going to let that go. And people may unite because it's just so blatant. It doesn't get any more blatant than that. It doesn't get any clearer than that. And so, and then after Rihanna did her speech at the, at the awards, and she was talking about, if you with us, pull up. If not, you part of the problem. After Diddy did his speech at the Grammys and was telling people about themselves, and after, all the videos that were probably made, and people probably just started to realize after all the celebrities had spoken out that this ain't right and blah, 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 blah. I'm sure a lot of the people were placed, but then other people that weren't placed definitely came out and did things as well. Okay. And it's 2020, the twin year, 2020, 2T. Okay. Now let's go further. I decode, okay? Y'all have to understand, I decode. I don't go into he said, she said. I decode. There's a difference between what I do and what other people do. So I read the code only. I don't go looking for anything that has to be, something. I don't go looking for it. I just decode what I see. That's it. And so that's the difference. That's the difference. That's why I say, if I can see it, you should be able to see it if you learn how to decode. Anybody who has to dig and find things that may or may not be real, that may or may be fake, photoshopped, or who he said, she said, no real receipts. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, I'm just decoding what is put before me. That's it. That's all I want to do. Okay. You said you was playing MJ music yesterday. Okay, so let's say 2 weeks before all of this happened. Let's rewind. Now let's rewind for 2 weeks. And I posted this video where they said Jay-Z was on some live feed on Instagram, like just his hand, but he was talking. You could hear his voice in the background because this one dude, James, I think he goes by Bullet, but his name was James something. And he was like talking in code, basically saying Jay-Z stole a black leather bag full of toilet paper with aloe vera toilet paper that his mom had made for him, and that he wanted it back. And people were like, huh? The heck? Toilet paper? Why would Jay-Z steal toilet paper? This was at the gold party, the Oscar party, because they didn't go to Oscars, they threw their own party. And he was like, yeah, somebody stole the Bullets, right? And the Bullets is he's from London. He's a black guy from London. And he was talking to Guru, which is one of the producers for Jay-Z, and he was getting mad about Jay-Z supposedly stealing his bag of toilet paper. Now, y'all know that's cold. And people were like, what is that? And I said, Jay-Z said, I don't have your bag, but if you find out who killed Rex Mills, you will find your bag. And so Bullet, or AKA James, is, going around asking everybody on live feed, do y'all know who Rex Mills is? He asked DJ Khaled. He asked, all these other people. He's like, can y'all help me? And like, it was like all this stuff. People were trying to help him on Twitter. And it's like, I don't know either. Who is that? Da, 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 da. So it's been 2 weeks. No one figured it out. I figured it out because I just saw the video yesterday, like last night. I already figured out who it is. And I'm like, that's funny. So they, like, honestly, no one has told him who it was. So I guess it don't really matter, but he knows who it is because he made a song talking about Rex Mills, but they're just playing a game. They're trying to put out some code right about now. So let me break down what that is since we're, done decoding what's happening so far. I may do an update if more things start to go down with the George Floyd situation. So Rex Mills. Let's decode everything. Bag, black leather bag. Y'all know what that is. Okay. Look up aloe vera. Don't look up the scientific meaning. Look up the spiritual meaning. Every time you decode, look up every definition. Start with the spiritual one. Okay, because a lot of people were trying to decode it and they were just going to the scientific aspect. That's one part of it, but not the whole part of it. You got to do all parts. Toilet paper. Think about what it's for. All right. And his mama made it. Then he started going off about, I know my mom, my mom didn't have to. And then he started calling the bag. He's like, my mom made this special for me. I know she was, she didn't have to do that, but she did. And I still love her. And she made me some toilet paper with it. He was like, people thought he was schizophrenic and crazy because he was like, oh, well, my mom made that for me. My mom made that. And he was calling the bag his brother. Do you know where my brother is? And people were like, huh? Your brother? What does the brother have to do with it? It's like, yeah, where's my brother? That bag is like my brother. And so Jay-Z finally stepped in. He was kind of laughing. He's like, you find out who killed Rex Mills, you find your bag. Okay, so I told you I already decoded it. It took me less than an hour, and it was so obvious. You said London is protesting too? Interesting. So this is a precursor to this whole thing. Who Rex Mills is. It's a precursor to what was getting ready to go down as far as the protests, the riots, and all that. So I'll go ahead and decode it for y'all. They still playing the game, so I know y'all gonna go ruin it for them, but that's okay. I tweeted the bullets and gave them some hints and clues, because they already know, but like their audience, whoever reads it. So I'll give y'all some hints and clues to see if y'all can figure it out who Rex Mills is. Okay, if you go and decode the name Rex, how you decode a name is look up the name meaning. Name meaning of Rex. Rex means king. Okay. Mills. Mills is kind of like a place where they take wheat and turn it into grain, where it's kind of like alchemy. They take something raw and turn it into something refined, the refinery, basically. So they produce refined items, like ground up. Okay. And I'll read you something that I wrote that I just turned to this morning. I have these little books that I buy that have like Bible quotes in them, not because I'm religious, but because I decode them and I don't feel like carrying a giant Bible. So I buy like the little bitty ones with like quotes in them. And when I'm bored, I decode the quotes. So I turned to this one this morning and it says, the refining pot is for silver and the furnace is for gold, but the Lord tests the hearts. So that's Proverbs 17:3. So Rex King would be a son of man, a Jackson, not Michael, but a son of man, a Jesus, a Jesus, a Christos figure, a melanated Christos figure that gives melanin to those to take in something and then refined it. Okay, so Rex Mills is Jesus or a Jesus figure. So he's basically JC told him, if you find out who killed Rex Mills, you find out where your bag is, who took your bag. The bag represents, these are people that, okay, so okay, let's break down the toilet paper aloe vera thing. Aloe vera is originally first used in Egypt for medicine, and it was also known as immortality, the elixir of immortality or immortality something, right? And it's green. Remember that it's green. It's also an evergreen. An evergreen also represents someone who has eternal life, who does not die, which represents a melanated being, a eumelanated being. So if you have toilet paper, okay, what is toilet paper for? Think about it. What do you do with toilet paper? Why is everybody rushing for toilet paper, baby, during the corona? Toilet paper cleans. It cleanses your lower chakra, your lower half, your lower nature. Okay. It cleans your booty, basically. It gets your, and also the chakra, the root chakra. But it was infused with aloe. So that is the reversal of the chakra system, because the aloe, if you switch the chakra system, the aloe would be in the pineal gland, which also resembles a tissue paper thin membrane that is coated with this green oil slick looking coloring. Y'all look through anatomy books and look online, and I've showed that picture so many times when I've showed the pineal gland. Okay, so when the chakra's flipped, when the tail becomes the head, basically, and then the black bag represents a body, a black body. So that brother would be, where is my brother? Where is the black bag that was once infused with a flipped chakra system, to where his passion, the passion of the Christ, because that's where the root chakra comes in. You get your passion, your desire, and your root, energy from there. But when it's flipped, it's put here. And this is where the melanin inside the pineal gland resides. And so the toilet paper represented that. And so he says, where's my bag? Where's my bag? And Jay-Z told him, the Jews got your bag, baby. Without saying the Jews got your bag. So basically he's saying that, who has my brother? Who has him? Who has him? Who's kidnapped him? Who has taken him from me? And y'all know Bullet is very dark skinned. So he's asking, who took him from me? Like, who took that away from me? So by creating the ionosphere over the earth to block certain light. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, my mom made that for me. My mom, he kept talking about his mama. Y'all know Mother Mary. So that all ties into what's going on now, like the archons, and then George, who worked as a security guard outside the rodeo club in the city of Waters. That's the ionosphere. It's made up of droplets of plasma and water and gas. Okay. And one of them was mad because the other one, got his sprinkle. There you go. And Trump, okay, let's talk about Trump. Trump let it all happen. Trump didn't do nothing. He said he had popcorn and he was sitting back watching. All he was doing was tweeting and watching. He wasn't doing nothing much. You know, it could have went a lot worse if it was supposed to. Think about it. Trump was like, let me go ahead and say some stuff so I don't, so I seem like I want to do something about it. And let me go ahead and make them even more angry so they can tear up most stuff. Because it's gang time. Gang got the hammer and the wrench. Brrr. That's a lyric in a Nicki Minaj song. Yikes. Y'all go listen to Yikes and decode Yikes. It's everything that's happening right now. So out of town on consistent flights. Work hard, just a different way. That means I can leave and I can go as I please. So that is what that was symbolizing. I'm not saying that what we witnessed was not a tragedy. I'm not saying it was real or fake. I'm just saying there are real things going on like that, whether that was real or fake or not. And this was bringing light. That's why they had the camera. And they had the camera. The camera represented an eye and a light as well to capture it. And when people feel empowered against a system that is taking them and ruling over them and not giving them much of an option and abusing their power, they understand that eventually it's going to fall. Right? And you said thug, gang, thug, come on. Gang got the hammer and the wrench. Gang, could y'all see Trump tweeting out gang? He had to say thug life, baby, okay? So he had to say thug because it means gang. That's why everybody had on masks. That's why the symbol for gang is that ski mask that Drake has on his album cover, and or just a medical mask at this point. Gang. So I told y'all Trump is the fall guy. Trump is in there to allow it to fall, to allow these strategic plans to be put in place to wake the people up so that they can reclaim what is theirs. That's all it is. Trump has to say this to keep these people at bay, to keep these people saying, oh, okay, well, he's going to take care of it. Oh, okay, well, he's not going to let that happen. Oh, okay, well, A, B, C, and D. Okay, well, we're happy because he's saying what we can't say. He's keeping them people at bay because it easily could have turned into a race war. Easily. But it didn't. Why? Because Trump didn't do nothing. He said, I'm going to send in them people, and he sent them in 3 days later. And they didn't do nothing either. Just, throw some gas and some rubber bullets, but that's it. It could have gotten worse. It could have been worse. So he gave the time that was necessary to do what had to be done. So I don't get mad at Trump. Trump was in there watching it with his popcorn and tweeting and laughing. Oh yeah, this was the plan the whole time. There has to be one that brings everything down so that stuff could be rebuilt. And that's what they kept saying all throughout the interviews on social media news networks, not CNN, because they don't. If you go and watch Unicorn Riot, a lot of people that were saying they have to tear down to rebuild, just like the tower card in tarot. The tarot cards, there's a tower that has to be struck down by lightning to be rebuilt. Thank you. Thank you, Shadow, Sprinkle. And the whole thing represents America and how it was built. needs to be torn down, not erased, but torn down and rebuilt together without the hireling or the slave. See what I'm saying? They have to build it because they want to build it, not because one set of people were forced to build it while the other people enjoyed the profits and of it being built. So it can't be an unequal scale. It has to be balanced. And so in order to rebuild something in a balanced way, the people that are rebuilding it have to be involved in the decision-making process and the lawmaking process and all of that. So that's why it has to be rebuilt, because if you think about it, if the country was built on the backs of slaves, Native Americans, and they just went ahead and showed up to some land and took out a piece of paper and a feather pen and started writing some laws as if this other people weren't here. Like, okay, this is our land. We're gonna make up the rules. Y'all gonna do this. Y'all gonna do that. That's not how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be rebuilt now because there are more people here, and you know, it can't continue to be that way if it's going to thrive. Thank you, Latifa Sprinkle Sprinkle. Yeah, so it can't be that way. You can't have the same dynamic and the same old laws and the same old problems if you're trying to evolve into a higher consciousness and a more advanced society. It will not, you can't build something that great on a bad foundation. Okay, so it has to be corrected, and this is the best way to do so. There's going to be people that don't like it, but we don't care. But the shift definitely is happening. Donald Trump is in office to allow the shift to happen with as little death as possible. Thank you, Anyana. Will Australia also go through this because it's stolen? Well, they have y'all burn. They had y'all burning last year. The fire. We'll see. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Report back to me and let me know what's happening this summer. They said the fires were going to be every summer, so I don't know. Okay. How do I expand my consciousness? Well, I'm on my elixirs. That also helps because it makes your frequency higher. And so it's like your antenna. You're able to pick up on more. You're able to see further. Your consciousness is like your Wi-Fi. Okay. So if you're working with, 3G, you ain't going to get too far too fast. But if you're working with, 5G, 6G, whatnot, or an increased frequency, you can pick up on so much more. You can see beyond, you can reach beyond what people can reach without it. So it's an enhancer of your physical and spiritual and mental vibration. I'll say that. And y'all can get that on my Etsy store. Start at phase 1. Also, stones, copper. I got this from Air Theodian, his Instagram and Etsy, and I did a whole video on his beautiful jewelry. So anything that allows you to vibrate on a higher frequency helps to open your consciousness if you are seeking the knowledge. Okay. That's just how I do it. I'm sure there's several ways. Yeah. So okay, let's talk about the Asian, the Chinese. I don't know if the officer Tao, I don't know if he was Vietnamese. I think he was Thai, from Thailand, right? Because the dude's wife was from Thailand. That's okay. So Thailand, if you've ever been to Thailand, it's like a mix of like, I guess, Indian and Chinese, and they have like a darker Asian, unless they bleach. I don't know. Yeah. So Thailand Right. Not Thailand. He's Hamong. Okay, well, where's that? Is that near Thailand? Because I know his wife said that she was from Thailand in one of the interviews, so I don't know. Yeah, she divorced him. Okay. So anyway, it's near that area, right? Okay. So she divorced him. That's symbolic of, okay, so when these type of people divorce the archons, or she's filing paperwork to leave, basically, that was symbolic of they no longer have an alliance. Okay, this is how they get the word out as well. We are no longer in alliance with the archons. Okay, Asia is no longer in alliance with the archons. Y'all remember when they were kicking the black people out, or the Africans? The archon, they were affiliated with the archons back then. So now, like, this is also an indication saying, look, we don't want to be affiliated with them archons anymore. So here's our little sprinkle 2 cents in the whole situation, you know. So China, or the rest of Asia, I have to look deeper into it. They're saying, I'm done with them. I don't want to be no Dr. Flousy. We done with them. We don't our archon connections no more. We didn't know what y'all was gonna do, and we want to align with someone else. We want to be out of this whole thing, basically. There you go. If it was officers that got out of the ambulance with police uniforms and bulletproof vests, no EMT, exactly, because they were representing archons. Y'all remember in the movie Us how they left in an ambulance? The blue and the red light. The whole movie Us is very super coded. It had the Gemini twin stuff going on in there too. Remember? So basically killing your lower self. It goes in with the toilet paper and swapping. You see? So the ambulance represents a big square that is taking a wounded person somewhere for help, like a hospital or whatever. So, and if you ever looked at an ambulance, what is their symbol? It's like the Hermes, Caduceus, whatever, symbol on it with the wings. We're taking you back to the ionosphere. We're taking you back up, yeah. So, and then I wanted to talk about the last words that he spoke when he called his mama Mother Mary. And then I believe he said, I'm done, mama. And then when the officer wouldn't take the knee off, right before he lost consciousness, he says, I'm done. Okay. Now, if you go back to the story of Jesus, before he died, he looked down at his mom. He said, Mom, behold your son. Layla, I'm live, baby. Layla, you singing for the camera, baby? Beautiful voice, Layla. She up there singing. So she's like, he says, behold your son. And then he said, it is done. And he died on the cross. The cross, right? The cross, the trachea, the ionosphere, TT. See? His air couldn't get out of his trachea. And there you go. So he was thought to be counterfeit. The Jews got him. The archons got him. They put him on the cross. They put him in between two people. They put him between a thief and a murderer, right? So they was trying to let them hitch a ride. They say, okay, we're gonna kill this Jesus Christ character, this melanated dude. Sorry, the cat. We're gonna kill this melanated dude, and we're gonna stick him right in between a thief who steals melanin and a murderer who mixes out of melanin. And they're gonna use him as a ride or a taxi. But he's gonna be reincarnated. You know how when they say Jesus returned and they say, is that you, Jesus? Let me see your hands. Okay, so basically that represents, okay, you know, back in the old days, everybody was outside, everybody was kind of a little dark and tan. You couldn't tell if he was really black or black, you know, just bad sunburn or out in the sun too long, you know, or just got some leathery skin. Let me see your hands, baby. You got them brown lines. Okay. You got them lines. He said, you see the marks on my hands. So basically, it's a reincarnation of, it's not really a reincarnation. It is a more people mixing in, basically. It's a Jesus or a Christos. So the more that the people in that area mixed in with the emelanated people, they would begin to get these lines on their hands, and they could tell them apart from those who didn't. And so then they start to be moved, you know, they start to migrate more a different place. And, you know, and then of course, you try to mix back in. Those are the Jesuses or the sons of man. And there's lots of them in America because of slavery. Okay. And only the sons of man will be able to defeat the archons because, you know, they can get out and they can tell other people how to get out. And if they can tell other people how to get out, and if they mix and everybody gets out, then what does the archons have to feed on? What does the mark of the beast mean? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, joyfully. It depends on what beast you're speaking about because there's different beasts. So the mark of a beast would represent depending on what beast, because there's several beasts. Beast is a code for something big, okay, something grand. It could be a planet. It could be a frequency. It could be a big system, you know. So it's just a figure of speech when talking about being labeled something that's part of something bigger. You know that Beyonce song, Bigger? You're part of something way bigger. Beast mode, you know, they describe the planet Jupiter as a beast in the book of Enoch or something like that. So it's just something big. So it can be used in many ways. Thank you, Chioma. He died at Crossroads Watch Restaurant Camera. Ooh, I saw that. And it said hot, and it had a bunch of, Crossroads. See, it all adds up. So the people that can decode and see will understand what this is all about. It is the shift to the higher frequency. It is telling people so much. And, you know, in the Bible story, after Jesus died, everybody became Christian, right? The whole world became Christian. Christian is also code for melanated. They had followers of Christ, and then they had Christians. Later, can you also break down the speech Trump just gave about new NASA rocket named Dragon? Okay, I'll get into that. Yes, thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. The beast and the future of America. Okay. Thank you, the bougie gypsy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, I was going to get into that. I think I touched on it a little bit before when I talked about the rockets not launching, or that one exploded in Houston that was trying to get off from SpaceX. One exploded here. The other one couldn't get off on Wednesday because of weather. I don't know. Did they get one off today? I didn't look. Draco, dragon. Yeah. Go back to the ancient Egyptian story of the serpent in the sky. Thank you, opulent. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Killing lower self. How I am catching up with the life by being the best, higher version of yourself. That's it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Putting your priorities in the correct order. Living by universal law instead of man's law. Because man's law can be changed. Universal law can't. I mean, you can manipulate it, but you can't change it. So, thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. So, the rocket dragon, that was one of the ionospheres in the sky a while back, and it represented. You'll see it a lot in ancient Egyptian drawings. So they're saying, look, that is like, the archon, reptilian energy that's trying to get out of the newly formed ionosphere, the Mother Mary form. Mama's back, baby. They can't get out because they're trapped. Now there's a new sheriff in town. Okay. And I was posting a few videos where when he called for his mama showed up. Baby. His mama said, "You ain't going nowhere." The ancestor said no. Mama said no. There you go. So Mama has returned. Mother has returned. The coronation of Mary is also happening. Happened this week. And that was the coronation or the crowning of the Mother Mary, which is the new sky or the new ionosphere, new atmosphere, new veil, okay, new crown. There you go. So that's what all of this was leading up to and was trying to represent. I think now there'll be an understanding, a better understanding of things as far as unity in America and people standing up for themselves and allowing their voices to be heard. And things are going to change and turn around and start going into a good direction. At this time, your mama is here, baby. You can request your manifestations will happen so much faster. Like I said, I've been manifesting like at record speed, just the next day type stuff. Okay. So your mother, right. Thank you, Nina. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh my gosh, just saw the Denver Capitol 100 are lying on the ground chanting, "I can't breathe." Wow. See, I need to go catch up. Thank you, Nina, for giving us that update. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. So I think that's as far as I can go with this whole thing until more unfolds. But y'all get the gist of it. Y'all can go from there and further decode from there. And it'll make it a lot easier on you to see what's really going down. People should not be chanting, "I can't breathe." Well, remember, it works both ways. Everything backfires. So if people are chanting, "I can't breathe," and the new sky or the new ionosphere or the Mother Mary can hear them, what is going to happen if you can't breathe? She's going to bring and breathe life back into you. She's going to activate She's going to let in the light. She's going to put aloe vera on your toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to backfire. I'm saying I can't breathe. Oh, I got the corona. Okay, no, the corona is just radiation inducing pneumonia. Okay, if people, yeah, because we're right in the middle where the highest radiation is right now during this shift. And so now that the archons have been removed and all this cosmic radiation is coming in, of course, people are going to have lung problems. Okay, of course, especially if you eat dairy and meat, you're going to have those lung problems. Especially if you have underlying causes, you're going to have those lung problems. If you're healthy and you have a high frequency and you are melanated and you have, protections, or you stay at a healthy, frequency, you're less likely to be affected by radiation. Okay. If you look up radiation and pneumonia, you will see that there is a form of pneumonia caused directly by radiation. Thank you, Mike. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I really do enjoy your content all the way from Dallas. Oh, thank you, Mike. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And remember when Trump said that it will disappear around just as, real quick? It's going to disappear around, and then in the movie, I think it was Pandemic or something, it kind of started to disappear around May, around the end of the school year, where they were dancing like it was prom. So that kind of gave you an indication of when it was going to end, because they were dancing like prom time. It was supposed to be their prom. So that's around May, and it's May. And so he knew exactly what was going down, and that's why he didn't look worried. That's why he was just talking and like, this is just gonna happen. Y'all stop panicking because this is what's supposed to happen. Y'all getting radiated. Let this fool doctor talk. Let this archon get his last words out, and y'all can do what y'all got to do. But either way, everything that y'all do is backfiring because it's the twin, it's the Gemini, it's the mirror. And so it is what it is. Right. Putting it out in the universe is still, it's going to reverse. Now think about this. If you had a child, let's just say that you got a child, thank you, Melissa, and you hear your child saying, I can't breathe, because you can hear them now. You can hear them now because you're there. What are you going to do? Render help, render aid, give them what they need. Whoever stopped them from breathing, you're going to get them. Okay, this is what it is. It's not putting it out into the universe as far as manifesting it. It is who is saying it, who is saying they can't breathe, and who is listening. Okay, what frequency is here, and what frequency are you putting out in order for it to respond to? So, but yes, I do agree. Before the switch, before the shift, saying that would have been a bad idea. Okay, so you're not wrong. It's just that it's different right now. If you were to say that maybe last year, that would have been bad. And y'all remember when they were saying it, and then now we have Corona, but that was coming anyway. Thank you, Anaya. And your midstream mixed a racist white guy, placed me above white woman. He's never behaved this way before and reminded me what you said. Melanin is in demand right now. Okay. Oh, you're Middle Eastern mixed. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I read that wrong. Mandoon vaccines have just been abolished. I think that's a misspelling, right? Thank you, Sarah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mandatory, right? Because there is no virus. I keep telling y'all. It's radiation. Um, it's all about the frequency, right? Interesting. You can make a comment, but you will not see your comment unless you refresh the video. That's right. I can see y'all saying I can't comment, so I can read it. Okay, so let's talk about what they burnt down strategically. They burnt down AutoZone, Car Zone. Auto means car. Car Zone. They burnt down the Car Zone. Okay, that sold car parts. We're cars. Okay, melanated people are cars because fast like a Lambo. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Symbolically, cars, race cars specifically, that can get out of the ionosphere because we're fast. Gamma rays. Thank you, Sarah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. So AutoZone was torched first, and it was the Archon cop in all black with the umbrella that first started smashing the windows because he was trying to hide. They were trying to hide, like, okay, hurry up and burn this first because we steal y'all's body parts. We sell y'all's body parts. That's where that dude's bag of aloe vera is. Aloe vera toilet paper is. So y'all know, y'all have heard of people stealing, kidnapping people, eating their organs, eating their pineal glands, drinking their blood, them people. And so that's why AutoZone was destroyed first. And it was right across the street from the police station. Why is it right across the street from the police station, right? Because they go there and get some supplies and stuff, right? And then they had Wendy's. It was right next to it that also burnt. Wendy's, look at the mascot is a redheaded woman. And if y'all know anything about redheads, Irish, RH, Irish, whatever. There was like a discrepancy back in the day. They burnt the Wendy's, and then they burnt the Target. Target is an eye. The eye of Ra. Or the bull's eye. There. They burnt down a Native American community center also. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Kimberly Moore. Thank you for teaching and elevating. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you, Elise, as well. Okay, so yeah. I mean, it all connects. There can't be this much coincidence in something that was not orchestrated. Let's just say that. Thank you, Opulent Divinity. Do you have a video on Black women soul trap and white man body, so to speak, or do you know anything about this knowledge in general? Black women souls trapped in white men's body. No, I don't even think about that. The only one I can figure is I never thought about that, but no, I don't think so. Interesting. Thank you, Santos. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said get out. Yeah. Get out. Okay. There's a number of souls trapped in the veil. Yeah, read the Gospels of Paul. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Read the Gospels of Paul, and it will show how that is going to be judged or fixed. Okay. It's all code. Remember, the Gospels of Paul is code. But it's kind of, it gives you the information, like, as well, of the ionosphere, the atmosphere, the lower frequencies, the higher frequencies, where they go, and all that kind of stuff. Will what become mandatory? There's no need for a vaccine anymore. Someone said the whole thing is about Freemason. Thank you, Chioma. The guy in pink shirt says bringing back the village. Gang, gang. Bringing back the family, baby. La familia. Thank you, Chioma. I'm glad you could read it because it was too blurry for me. Thank you for telling us. The back of that dude's shirt with the pizza that had the pink shirt on, following that dude in all black with the umbrella who busted out the windows of AutoZone. His shirt said bringing back the village, and it was pink like mine. He was carrying a pizza. That means Mother Mary. Like, even if it's a man, you have to decode it, because if there's not a lot of way to put code out, and if it becomes too obvious, it's not code anymore, you know? So if it's not code anymore and it's too obvious, then people aren't going to believe it. Thank you, Kimberly. What does this have to do with Gemini or Gemini season? So important. The twins, the mirror, the two parallel universe, the shift, the mirror, man in the mirror, the movie Us, sprinkle, sprinkle. It's time to switch. The pendulum, swing back. Law of polarity. Thank you, Melissa. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What do you make of the wipe it down challenge, where people clean a mirror and their outfit change from bummy to dressed up, each swipe with the rag? Yep, that's code to get some melon. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The TikTok challenge. You wipe a mirror and you film it, and then when you wipe back the other way, it's supposed to be dressed up. Clothes also represent melanin. Robes, garments, clothes, shields, covering, it's melanin. Right. Do y'all have any questions? Because I'm getting ready to go. I thought I'd pop on and give y'all the video and then pop off. Okay, thank you. Y'all can like the video if y'all appreciate the information. Like, that's just as good as the donation. Robes is clothes too. Robes is melanin. You know how in the song Ape, where Beyonce said, "My mama, my lawyer, my shield"? My mama, my lawyer, the one who stands before me in judgment to get me off, my melanin, my shield. Then in the remix of Savage, she says, she said, "I'm a savage. I got this from Tina." Tina is short for, because her mom's real name is Celestine or Celestian or Celestine, which is the heavens or celestial. Her name is Celestine or something like that. Celestian. I don't know how to pronounce it. Basically, it means celestial, like in the heavens. Right. So, and you remember the song? Remember I did the Doja Cat video and her song and Beyonce remix with Megan the Stallion and Nicki Minaj and Mary Magdalene. I mean Mary Magdalene. Yeah, she was dressing all pink like Mary Magdalene. Doja Cat, her song came out, and do y'all see what happened with Doja Cat? I did the video explaining why, and um, it was a precursor to this as well. It was saying, okay, let's stir up some. Let's see what they're gonna do. Let's see what's going down. So I broke down. Y'all can go watch that Doja Cat video because it's too much to go into. But those two songs came out at the same time, so that's another twin aspect. Um, yeah. So y'all go look at that. hmm Why is nobody catching corona like during the reopening? Because the radiation is going away because the new covering is here. The coronation is upon us, and we're being covered by our original shield in the sky that allowed light to get through to activate us. Before it was covered too much and we couldn't get enough vitamin D until we stay outside in the sun for 30 minutes or longer. Our pineal gland, our frequency, our chakras were flipped due to that. So that's why you have like a lot of people who are have their priorities backwards because that's a chakra shift. And then you see a lot of people that start waking up because of the light that's coming in, and then they get their priorities together, and then they could rise in every situation. Because when you get them chakra systems flipped, when you get your chakra system flipped, it's basically putting your passion right here, and you're manifesting and taking it from the lower self and putting it to the higher self. So your passion becomes what drives your goals, instead of animalistic passion, which is sex, drugs, alcohol, um, just not anything that's going to help you. So the chakra flip is very important, and that's what the light that's allowed to come in now is doing. It's activating you to become your higher self. Um, Meaning of white clothing. I am ready to be sprinkled. I am ready to be activated. It's a blank canvas. I'm pure. Activate me. Give me some. Um, it's also the reflection. I'll show you because I have a picture. I have to show you the picture. Do I still have it? I deleted it, but I still have it in the video. I'm gonna find the video. I'll show you guys. Okay, well, anyway, I gotta find it. Where's the video? If you are following me on Instagram, I post a lot of stuff on there too, and I did post a video with what I'm trying to tell you. Oh, here it is. Okay, I'll fast forward to it. Okay, here it is. I'm trying to pause it. There we go. So you see how light reflects on a white surface, and it goes into, that's the color that you see. You see white because all colors are reflected. So you don't end up seeing any of the colors on it. You just see white because all the colors, all the frequencies, all the light that's coming in is reflected off of that and it goes somewhere else. So that's why none of the colors show up. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like, and then if this was black, all the colors would be absorbed. That's the radiation, you know. So you're able to absorb the light spectrum. You're able to absorb all of that if you have a higher amount of melanin. The more you have, the more you can absorb. It's like solar panels. It's like a battery storing up energy, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. Now, I never planned to say if the murder was real or fake, because too many people are still, understanding what's going on and waking up and understanding certain things, that they need to process certain things in order to fully get information or activate it or whatnot. So I don't. I learned from a couple of videos that I've done to just leave it open. If you leave it open, then it's open for interpretation of how you see it, because this is my perspective. Um, so we're supposed to have our own perspective of things. And so whatever you are meant to see due to your frequency and your level of consciousness is what you're meant to see. So that's what we have to leave it at. And I think if you look back in history and similar things happened, people of today are more aware consciously of things, and they could see what happened back then was, okay, well, that seemed a little interesting. That seemed a little orchestrated. But while they were in it, or their parents who were probably in it, didn't see it at all. So we have to understand you're supposed to allow people to see stuff in their own time. But if you're seeking information, if you're seeking knowledge, I give you how to decode it, but I can't tell you what to believe. That's up to you guys, I'm like, ooh, it could be real, it couldn't be, it could be fake. If you're about to, let me just ask y'all a question. If you're about to die, are you going to have strategic words to say that coincide with everything? I'm just saying. Are you going to have the similar words as Jesus had before you died? Are you going to tell people that you're about to die? If you've witnessed or seen a real live person dying, because there's plenty of videos of real people dying out there. There's plenty. It's very different. But I feel that it's not whether the person is dead or alive. It's the reaction it gets. It's the change that it causes. It's the shift in the thinking and the treatment of people that's important. So whether it's real or not, the change will be real. That's what the whole thing is about. He also asked for water. Interesting. Yeah, I saw that part. Yeah, I remember. I forgot that part. Thanks for putting that in there. And if y'all are wondering, I'm not about, for me, I just decode. I see stuff. My emotions are my emotions. You know what I mean? My emotions are my emotions. I think on a higher, my emotions are I need to process the information first and then decide if I want to feel a certain way or not. That's how my emotions work. I can't do it in reverse, because I think on my level of consciousness, I have to analyze things first. You know what I mean? I have to think, because if someone wants to trick you, now think about this. If someone wants to trigger you or trick you, and they know you are emotionally reactive and you don't think first, you're easily tricked. So that's why I like to think first, because I don't like to be tricked. Okay? I think first because I don't like to be tricked. And when you don't like to be tricked anymore, you'll start thinking first too. So people have to trick you so many times before you start to realize how they're tricking you. And when you realize how they're tricking you, then you'll be able to avoid it. The Joker is in full effect. It sure is. The Joker be joking. And it's almost like if you don't see the trick, if you don't see that you're being fooled, if you don't see the joke, well, then I'll do it again and again and again and again until you see it. You know? Until you see it, I have to trick you. Until you see something 1,000 times, like if you go to a magic show and you see a magician pull a dove out of the hat, and you believe that he's sorcery, witchcraft, you know, until you figure out that it is a magic trick and illusion and whatever. What about the Queen of England stepping aside? The real queen has returned, baby. That's why they had, let me show y'all this. So the real queen has returned. She can't rule. Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's a old painting. I'll show y'all that. Here's an old painting of exactly what's happening. The coronation, the new sky, the sprinkle. Okay, so it's gonna show y'all. What was I gonna show you? Oh, the queen, the returned queen. Well, you know how, okay, so you remember when Beyonce and Jay-Z won the British Music Award? I don't know what it was called, the Brit Award. And instead of showing up, they sent in a movie or a thank you. And instead of the Mona Lisa behind them, they had Meghan Markle with the crown on behind them when they were thanking the people in the UK for the award. Shade. Super shade. Do you remember that? That was bold shade right there. Megan, yep. Shade. Trying to find the video. What? I'll look it up. But honestly, they had her with the crown on as the Mona Lisa. Like this, the new archon. This the new shield. This is the new sky. This is the new queen, baby. Back up. I'm trying to find it for y'all. Here it is. Oh, I need to get up. I need to unplug it. That's what I need to do. Sorry, y'all. I wonder if they'll let me play it, but here.
Thank you so much to the Brit Awards for this incredible honor. You guys have always been so supportive. Everything is love. Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, so sorry, y'all. I dropped my phone on the computer. So they were thanking the Brit Awards. She had on, her color, the roses and stuff and the pinks. He had on blue. she said thank you, and he said you're welcome, like as if he was answering for them. We'll go into Jay-Z in a minute. Like, he's deep. But then they turn to the painting that looks like the Mona Lisa, but it's Megan with a crown. And shortly thereafter, they left and came to America. Megan and okay. Shortly after they came, because that was code right there. Look, sky finna change. Archon's gonna be out of power. Y'all better come over here. Y'all ain't got no shut. Y'all ain't gonna have no coverings. So, so now what's happening is the coronation. The new sky, the mother is back, and the queen has retreated because she Archon too. So she can't rule anymore. She gotta go. It's a new day. But the monarchy doesn't have much power. That's right. They don't really. It's just symbolic, right? So it's just symbolic. A lot of stuff is just symbolic, but the message that it gives, the action, the energy that it creates is real. You know. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If y'all sent me a super chat, thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you, Embrace the Bright. Sprinkle Sprinkle, is Loki an issue helping us or the Archon? Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. The Archon represent the police or the field in the sky, that the wall or the field in the sky that does not allow certain people to leave, and that has abused their power and steals energy and allows certain people to hitch rides and sneak through and illegally, crooked cops. Okay. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. The other team, the other side, the other aspect of it, yes, they are helping. The good guys. Okay. So that's what's going on. Okay. Yeah. Archons, just think of Archons as police in the sky that won't let your soul leave the earth. Okay. I'm just going to say it. It's too easy. So no one has to go and just be confused. Archons represent what keeps your soul trapped on earth. The popo. Okay. I see the popo behind me. I ain't going to stop. Future. And Jay-Z. Y'all remember that song? Top off the Maybach. I took the top off the Maybach. I took the shield off the earth. I see the popo behind me. I ain't gonna stop. That's what it means. I took the top off. I took the roof off. I took them Archons off. I took them out of power. Okay. I see them behind me, but I'm not stopping because I'm too fast. Okay. So that's what it means. It's all the information that y'all need is in these people's music. It's in Michael Jackson music, it's in Jay-Z's and Beyonce's music, it's in Future, it's in all the trap music, it's in I'm the Highest in the Room, it's in Travis Scott, it's in all of those songs. And because a lot of people ask me, well, you're old, why do you like trap music? Why do you like rap music? Because I decode it and I know the message and I know what it's saying. So I can like it because of the message. And it sounds good. I'm not that old. I'm the type of person that listens to the lyrics and not just the beat. I'm the type of person that decodes the lyrics. Okay. It makes me so mad. This is why I can't hang around too many people. It makes me so bad when people don't even know the words to songs that they sing. It makes me so bad that people don't even realize what they're singing and they just like the beat. It just makes me upset when people judge music and says it's terrible and it sucks and it's bad and they don't even know the meaning of it. And oh, that's low frequency music. No, it ain't. You just low frequency and you can't decode it. See? So a lot of people upset me because they just don't know any better, I guess. And that's why I have to tell them. Then they thank me later. I'm like, oh, that's what that means. Before I never listened to music. I just turned it on. And I'm like, how can you do that? And then turn around and say something like, well, be careful for what you speak and speak it out into the universe. But half the songs that people listen to or don't listen to do the same thing. Hmm. Yeah, start paying attention to lyrics. It's all code, especially Jay-Z, Kanye, anybody who's anybody, all the majors. It's code. And that new 69 dude, the one that got out of jail, with all the rainbows and stuff, his new video was code too. Like I watched it. I don't like his music, but I watched it. I listened to it. He kept talking about two twin girls. Y'all know what that is. One had pink hair. You see, Takashi. Yeah. See, so go watch that latest video that came out. It's all code too. It's a rainbow. A rainbow is an arc. The arc of the covenant, or the arc. The arc of the covenant is the shield. Is the ionosphere. That's the ark of the covenant. That's why they couldn't touch it. So they carried it in a box, which represents the earth. The covenant is a promise, the ark of the promise. If you want to get out of the earth, you got to keep your promise. You got to get some melanin. The ark of the covenant. Okay. You want to come back home, you got to come back home looking like you're supposed to look. Or vibrating as you're supposed to vibrate. Because you won't look the same. It's just a vibration. The color or the amount of melanin that you have equals the amount of energy you have as a soul when you leave your body or when you leave the earth. So it's kind of like the amount of the amount of fuel you have or the type of fuel you have depends on how the fire is going to burn. Whether it's going to burn at a certain temperature, reach a certain height, It's like that. It doesn't matter what the materials were before they got burnt or were ignited. It matters what they are made out of, their elements, and how much of it is there. Because everything is a part of everything. So your soul is plasma, the fourth state of matter. So how your soul, the frequency of your soul depends on the amount of melanin that you have, because you are receiving energy from the sun. You are absorbing energy from the sun. It is increasing your frequency. You see? So, and what you eat as well, and how you think as well, all of it combined increases your frequency. So if you go out in the sun and you're basically a solar panel absorbing all of that energy, let's just say you die. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. Your body, your soul, and the air in your lungs, the breath in your lungs, they are all going to start to come out. Okay. And this is science. This is how they mummified in ancient Kemet. They got all the gases and liquids out of your body to preserve it, and they use that and so to extract the soul. Okay. They would use an ankh to hold the soul here. And then you would see them doing this to one of the pharaohs in ancient Kemet, one of the gods doing this, giving them back the soul. This is reincarnation of the former. Okay. So the nous, or the spirit, or the seat of the gods, this is known in Egypt, ancient Kemet, is where you inhale the plasma, the water, the fire, and the electricity in the air gets into your lungs and activates. That's why when you're born, you're not born breathing. You have to breathe. And depending on your frequency is the type of soul that's going to come into you. So the Ankh was originally used to hold that energy. And it's copper. A lot of it was made out of stone and very much energetic piece. Okay. Remember, they had electricity back then as well in ancient Kemet. So when you think about, I can't breathe, my soul can't escape. I can't cross. I can't cross out. I can't cross to the other side because my soul is trapped. If you ever read Emerald Tablets, and when Thoth speaks about how to take your memories when you die, when you depart, it explains like how the soul travels out, or the consciousness and the soul travel out. Okay. Thank you. Y'all like this Unk? I got it at infiniteTreasures.org. There's bigger ones too. And the ones you can also wear as a necklace, like that are smaller. But these are handmade. This is an amethyst here and here. So, right. DNA holds memory, so does water, so does plasma. So it's all science, but most of the average people, they're not going to understand scientific information, so they put it in stories and parallels and drawings and in code, because code will last. If you should ever get some knowledge and then you see what you see, then you can understand it. If you don't ever get knowledge, then that's what it is. But it's there for those who seek. That's why it's in code, because you can't. How would you explain plasma in a drawing? So you would have to put it in code or drawings. And another thing is, we have a troll in here. We have an Archon, Christy. Oh, Christy. Christy, you okay? Can you breathe? Anyway, yeah, I sell stuff. It's called entrepreneurship. I will sell before I work for somebody else. Yes, I will. I'm sorry that you don't, but I do. Okay. I'm sorry you don't have anything to sell, or no one wants to buy anything from you. I'm sorry. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm not going to be ashamed for being an entrepreneur. That don't make sense, baby. You should be ashamed of not being one, ma'am. Anyway, it's silly because I take from blacks. Okay, well, they give to me. So if taking is giving and giving is taken, then thank you. I appreciate it. They exchange money for goods. It's called goods and services, baby. Get it together. Y'all know that's a troll. Ignore the trolls. Well, they gonna pop up, girl. They gotta pop up. They gotta come. They have to pop up. They make you sharper, though. They make you sharper. Because, there are some people on YouTube or just people in general who own their own business, and people come to make them feel bad for having a business, right? No, I don't agree with that. And I think it needs to be talked about. The reason most people are in poverty and upset and don't control their own lives is because they work for someone else. Okay. Is because they're afraid to step out there and take a risk, and because they're afraid of what other people are going to think or say about them. Well, I'm not. And you can say what you like, but at the end of the day, I'm here and you're there. So perhaps you need to learn from my video instead of coming to troll. You just get your pen and paper out and start taking some notes. Okay. Why do you talk to people that way? Because I can. Sorry. It's my channel. I do what I want, baby. You're not afraid, you're stating the facts. Yes, that is a fact. I sell goods and services to people that input their credit card information online, number by number, free will, and buy the goods that they desire from me. And thank you, everyone who does support me. I appreciate that. Maybe I can teach you how to do it one day, Christy. Teach you how to do it. And if you don't like how I talk to people, I am sorry. I am not a nice person. When people are coming on here trying to troll, I will troll you back. Don't come on my channel trolling. Y'all already know I will do it right back to you. I'm not this sweet, innocent. I can act that way, but that's not who I really am. I will get you. Okay? Don't come over here acting crazy. Exactly why I'm going to start my own business in a month like you did. Sprinkles from girl, go ahead. Do you know how many women have started business because I have told them that they need to? So many. So many. There are more entrepreneurs now because of me. And I think that's a wonderful thing because you should have your own business. Just saying. Even if it's a side business. Mm-hmm. She must not know about me. She know about me. You love how I talk to people. Hey, some people need to be told. People come in and, they forget where they are and they get comfortable and they forget. They start saying stuff and getting too comfortable. You got to remind them from time to time. She is the money. You are the money. If you vibrate high enough, you can create whatever you want. That's right, Sonia. Thank you, Embrace the Bright. I invested in stocks because of you. Thank you. Oh, girl, sprinkle. Yes. See, everybody's got to do better. Like, it's a choice. People don't realize it's a choice. Crowned. Speaking of my own business. If y'all are on my other channel, y'all know I always advertise on there more than I do. So here with my cosmetics, I have, okay, I'll show you. Level Up Cosmetics. And for summertime for you ladies so that you can glisten in the sun, this is Level Up Cosmetics. It's a spray highlighter for your body, your shoulders, your neck, your hands. And so you just spray, it's like powder, and then you just rub it in. Okay, you can use after the shower or like mix it with oil on your body. But it's so pretty, it looks like a little perfume thingy. And that is from my Level Up Cosmetics collection. I have other stuff too. And I'll just show y'all because, I'm an entrepreneur like that. For the ladies that are interested anyway. And it's on my Poshmark. It should be linked below. Okay. So, okay, yeah. Here is also one of my new Level Up highlighters. This is Level Up Cosmetics. And the powder highlighter. That's what I have on right now. That makes me glow. I'll go get that. I have other colors. This is in the color Drip. but I haven't put it up on Poshmark yet. I'm gonna put it up after this video. I'll put all my new makeup products up there after the video. So wait like a couple hours. I also have this some new liquid lipsticks. This is in the color Sugar. It's like a coral. It's like lipstick, but in a tube. It's not like matte or super dry. It's just lipstick in a tube. Okay, and it smells good too. I also have another color that I called Cross the Room. The riots are getting crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go wash it and put my stuff on Poshmark. But like, if y'all like red, y'all gotta get this one called Cross the Room, and you'll see it up there. It's the brightest. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. This is Venus Kiss or Kisses of Venus or something like that. Here's the other one. I had the other. Anyway, this is a brownish red. It's a very natural brown red. It is a. If you're scared to wear red, this is a red for you. Okay. Some people don't like red. Oh, it's too red. This is the red that you're afraid of. This is the red you should get. So this one is Venus Kisses, and this one is Cross the Room. And yeah, they're pink, and it says Level Up Cosmetics and gold on it, and there's a heart at the top. So this one, it's like a blood red or brownish red. It's really pretty though. More of a natural brownish red. And this is a Come Here Baby red. Let me see. Get over here. This is the one the men like. Okay, that one. All right. There's my shameless promo. Okay, now please don't buy it. I'm not pressuring you. I'm not putting a gun to your head. I'm just saying there will be up this evening on my Poshmark if you would like to have some. Yeah, I'll do a whole video on this on my other channel, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff. Okay, so the point of me decoding is for y'all to learn how to decode. You know, like the you can't just go around asking people and never being able to do it for yourself. So that's why I kind of show you guys how I decode a little bit so that you can go and do it with other things. So yeah, I can't decode everything. So y'all gonna have to decode what interests you. Because some things I don't really care to decode, but some things I do. Downtown LA riots, the stuff is on fire. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go tune in and I will see y'all later. Thank you so much. I will replace the link for the Poshmark because it's probably an old link. But when I put all my stuff up to this evening, it's just Level Up Cosmetics on Poshmark. If you're searching, just type it in. But I'll put a better link down there. That's probably an old link. Thank you, Stormy. I really appreciate you and everything you do for us. Oh, thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Wake up. She's running now. The truth is out. The truth is out, baby. I own my own businesses. The truth is out, trolley. Oh, I need to promote another person. If y'all like this wig, one of my subscribers who was inspired to start her own business by me, yours truly, sent me this beautiful wig. And let me get her little stuff out too, since I gotta rep her. And I'll have her stuff linked below later, or I'll stick it in the comments somewhere. Her name, or I won't tell you her name, but her company is called My Wig Addiction. And she's one of the subscribers. Thank you, Angels, Sprinkle, Sprinkle. And she sells hair of all type. And you could use code addiction, the word addiction, to get 10% off. And I put all the stuff in the details below. And she sent me this wig. I like it a lot. I probably have to work with it. I just got it today, and I didn't really take the time to really make it look like I wanted it to. But y'all go support her too. And I also do a whole review on my other channel. But this is the 12-inch body wave bob, medium cap, 180 density, for those who want to know. All right, and it came in this little cute pink bag too, and it had the straps in there too, so very cute. Thank you. I'm gonna go watch the stuff on TV now, or I'm gonna find it on Facebook if I can, because they get in there better. The people that are in the whole situation are filming, so try to find something like that on Facebook. Just go in there and type in like LA Riot Live video, and it'll pop up. Okay, I'll see y'all.